folks, we have with us Wheezy Waiter, who is somehow involved in that video.
Yes.
All right, so Craig Benzine is known as Wheezy Waiter on YouTube.
Yeah.
Craig, first, welcome to the Young Turks.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm honored to be here.
Okay, calm down. First, that's your band?
Yes, that was my band.
All right, so look, the audience that doesn't know you is going to be totally confused by the channel, the band, you. Yeah. So break it down for me. What is the channel? Who are you? Who's the band? What's going on?
I have a YouTube channel called Wheezy Waiter, and I've made over 500 videos on it, and it's comedy-based. And I'm also in a band called Driftless Pony Club, and we're on tour right now. And that was a music video that a bandmate made and put up on YouTube.
Right, so that's Driftless Pony Club.
Yeah.
Okay, and Wheezy Waiter, is that a Wheezy Waiter? I'm so old school guy. I feel like David Letterman here. Like a Wheezy Waiter, is that a character? Is that what that is?
Well, when I started, it was I was waiting tables in downtown Chicago, and I have asthma, so I just thought Wheezy Waiter would be a good name. And it started out as being about being a waiter, but then I got a job with a internet company, and instead of working there, I watched the Young Turks. But
that's awesome.
and continued.
Totally recommend that. Yes.
And continued making videos while I was working there, and now YouTube is my full-time job, and it's not about being a waiter anymore.
That's awesome. All right, so let's set up for the people at home. How many subscribers do you have?
340,000 around. Yeah.
Jeez, Lord mercy. Okay. Do you know how many views per month or anything like that? Or?
It varies. It depends on how many I make. I used to make them a week daily, and it would be 3 to 5 million views a month at that point.
Jeez. All right, so that's fantastic. So is it a full-time job now? Does it pay the bills?
Definitely pays the bills, yeah.
So you're a partner at YouTube, obviously, et cetera, right? That's fantastic. So, you know, obviously a lot of people are going to wonder, like, how did you build an audience? Did they heard the pony business or something, and they were like, this guy's awesome, or they saw the Wheezy business, and they're like, this guy's funny? Well, how'd you do it?
It was pretty much just Wheezy Waiter. It took me about 3 years, and it was networking, like talking to people who have subscribers, and just making a lot of stuff. Like last year, every weekday for the whole year, just made videos. Like half of the year was when I had my day job. I would get up like 4 hours earlier than when I had to go to work, make the video, go to work.
Oh, wow, that's a lot of work.
So for like half the year, I wasn't sleeping very much. Okay. But then it became my full-time job, and now I can sleep in as long as I want.
That's fantastic. No, look, I know a lot about that because I had the MSNBC job and this job. It was 2 full-time jobs. Yeah. Sleep was not an option. So, but did you have a suck it moment when you went into work and you're like, hey, you know what? I now make X amount of money from YouTube. So, like who was that running back, Marshawn Lynch? For Seattle during the playoff game, he had that amazing run, and we found out later that as he was crossing the goal line, he grabbed his crotch and shouted out, "Suck it!" Like, did you do that or no?
No, I actually didn't hate my job that much. So,
okay,
but it was a graceful exit. So.
Were people surprised? They're like, "What? YouTube? You made no money off of YouTube?"
At my job, they kind of knew because they hired me based on my online videos.
Oh, so, okay, yeah, that's really cool. So they got you paid in a couple of different ways.
Yeah, it did. I mean, well, at first the videos weren't paying very well. It took a while before it was.
Of course.
Well
did you think like when you started, like I'll throw them out there, or did you have like, you know, just a little hope that maybe one day this would break through? I
definitely had I had a hope that it would lead to something good, like it would lead to maybe what you do. I don't know. I thought it would lead to, like, you know, getting into the industry, television or whatever. I didn't realize it would become the job itself.
Right. Well, actually, that's the really interesting part. So, like, at this point, since you're already successful, making good enough money to live off it, et cetera, do you think Wheezy Waiter is it? Or do you think, like, hey, it would be great if I then parlayed that into something else?
I don't think I ever want to get rid of Wheezy Waiter because I enjoy it a lot. But I'm thinking about, you know, trying to parlay it into, like, maybe move out to LA and try to.
You know, I'm having a lot of those conversations with YouTube people where, like, the question is, when do you pull the trigger and move to LA?
Right.
Right. Yeah. And so, where are you from?
I grew up in Wisconsin. I live in Chicago right now, and I have a band in Chicago, and I'm trying to convince them to move out here.
Okay, yeah, good luck. Okay. And has it helped your band? It must have, right?
Oh, it's definitely helped the band. We're on tour right now, and people come to the shows now. We used to tour to empty rooms, which was kind of nice because then we could just sit there and, you know, drink amongst ourselves. but
now you got a damn audience and you got to please them.
Yeah, you got to be on our best behavior.
Right. Are you single?
I'm dating a girl.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Were you ever single during your tenure on YouTube?
Yes.
Has Wheezy Waiter ever gotten you laid?
I'm a virgin. So, no.
Okay, well, number one reaction is obviously he doesn't want to answer. Okay, number two is I sensed a little bit of a yes there. That's the sense I got.
I don't know. That's up to you.
Okay. All right. Well, if it's a yes, if it's a no, you've played it well, because you haven't said anything, but you've left the impression of a yes. Well played, my friend. Well played. So, do people come up to you all the time now? They're like, "Damn, that's Wheezy Waiter."
I would say like once or twice a week. If I don't go out that often, I'm in my apartment working on videos. But when I go out, yeah, usually someone will come up, say hi.
Ah, that's fantastic, man. That's great. So tell us a little bit more about it, because a lot of people don't know about it. Like, what is it? Skits? What is it?
I like to think of it as like a combination of Colbert and Pee-wee's Playhouse. Like sometimes it's like commentating on the news. Sometimes I have recurring jokes. I have clones of myself that I will repeatedly send to the alligator pit to die. So I make the clones and then I send them to the alligator pit.
Well, what have they done to deserve that kind of fate?
Well, I just send them there because I don't want to feed them, and I don't want the government to find out that I can make clones.
That would get you in a lot of trouble. Yeah. That puts you in trouble.
Yeah, it would.
Right. Do you ever press a button and they fall underneath and then say, "I'm badly burned, but Wheezy Waiter clone is still alive"?
Actually, that has happened. A clone got an arm bitten off, but it was still laying there.
Okay. All right. So if you came to LA, what would you do? Like, you think maybe acting or stand-up, or what do you do?
I've never done stand-up, and it kind of terrifies me. Yeah, I like to edit myself. But I'd probably want to get into, I've always wanted to be a filmmaker first before I wanted to do this. So I'd probably try to, I don't know, actually. I'd probably, all aspects of it are interesting to me.
So you think maybe acting, maybe directing?
Or writing, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If they gave you a cheesy sitcom, would you take it?
Well, it depends what my other options are at the time.
Right. The answer is yes, by the way, because there's just too much money to turn it down, no matter how cheesy or uncheesy it is. And look, the stand-up things are really interesting, because when I was younger, like, I thought, like, you know, I had a brief second of should I go in that direction, but it terrified me, and I thought, well, you got to be really funny, and I'm not really funny. That's not going to work. Yeah. But later I discovered that many comedians are also not really funny. So then I realized maybe you should have gone in that direction. Yeah. Because it turns out that the people who do stand-up then wind up becoming TV writers, actors, etc., and it's a great career path, and I had no idea.
Right.
But what's great about YouTube is you don't need it anymore. Like, they used to go around the country trying to find funny people in the stand-up routine, but now the audience finds you. It makes it easy. But actually, let me ask you about that, because to me, if I was a TV executive, and there's probably a very good reason why I'm not, I'd just go on YouTube and I'd be like, okay, that guy, that guy, that guy, and that guy.
Right.
Because the audience already did my job for me.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Has that happened at all? Any offers or anything?
Very little opportunity there, because I think it's because it's just taking the industry a long time to come around to that. They're still looking at their old avenues to find talent, and I think people who aren't into YouTube but are trying to make it outside of YouTube, they probably are I don't know, it's hard for me to say. They probably, you know, I went to school for this. I went to school for acting. I went to school for directing. I went to school for all that. I deserve the job more than someone on YouTube who just does something in their apartment. You know?
Oh, right. Yes, there's definitely that attitude, right?
Yeah.
But what they don't get is that, look, if you entertain the audience, you entertain the audience.
Right.
That's it, okay? Like, my dad, when I first became a radio talk show host, he, like, first of all, I'd gone to business school, I'd gone to law school, so he's freaking out. He's an immigrant dad, right? He's like, what are you doing? It's crazy, right? And then he says, okay, but if you're going to do that, you have to go to school. Where is the radio school? And I'm like, Dad, there's no school for talk show hosts, right? Yeah. You just do it, and if the audience likes you, they like you. And he couldn't comprehend it. Yeah. He's like, how could you do something without going to school for it, without having the proper training for it?
Yeah.
But it's nonsense, you know?
It is.
Do you know what the proper training is? do you love to do it? You know, it's obvious. You love to do it. You're driven by it. You're waking up at 4 in the morning or whatever you are to do the videos. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. And the audience loves it. That's the most important thing.
Right. And I think TV is really slow to catch on for some of the reasons that you stated. And old media just can't wrap their mind around it. Like, oh my God, they're already successful. I don't get it.
Right.
Right. So final question for you then. What's the, okay, we've talked about like other things that you might do, but in terms of Wheezy Waiter on YouTube, you know, let me ask like a cheesy interview kind of question that you get in a job interview. Where would you like to be 5 years from now? But like seriously, like where do you see it? What's your ideal?
I guess my ideal would be still making the same videos, but maybe to a larger audience. Maybe getting respect from the other avenues. You know. Mm-hmm.
Do you ever get competitive with other YouTube guys? Like, hey, you know what? You know. Sexy Phil, I got my eyes on you, man. I'm coming for you.
I try not to make enemies. No, no. I've met most of them, and we're all really friendly with each other. I think.
Ever consider changing the name to Sexy Waiter instead of Wheezy Waiter?
I have a sexy clone. Actually.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay. Has he ever been sent to the alligator pit?
He always escapes.
Oh, he does.
I want him to go to the alligator pit, but
right. Everybody, check out Wheezy Waiter on YouTube. And Craig, it's been great having you here.
Yeah, this is a pleasure. Thank you.